I just realized that I was filming with the AC on. So this is the part 2 for the case of our Hawaii's prosecuting attorney, Kealoha, and Catherine Kealoha and her husband, who was the police chief here. And the reason I'm presenting this case, right, it's case and fact that a district attorney and a person of great power and high standing in society would indeed, if it benefited them, abuse their power. They're only human too, right? And so I found the video about her crime boss boyfriend, and here we go.
Michael Miskey, the businessman who federal prosecutors say is the leader of an organized crime ring, also has ties to the biggest corruption case in Hawaii history. Miskey is charged with murder, kidnapping, and more than a dozen other crimes. Manola Morales has details.
Because of this FBI investigation, it was uncovered that a young man, a very young adult, I don't even think he was 18 yet, was killed by Miskey. And Miskey actually killed his son's best friend. And the family, he was considered missing for so long, for years. And this investigation was able to bring closure to his family, so.
Attorney Megan Cow says after an HPD officer arrested Miskey for disobeying the officer, 2 people from the Honolulu prosecutor's office told him to stand down. One of them was Catherine Kealoha.
Like I said, they will abuse their power. They are only human too. It doesn't make them better people just because they are in positions of authority, just because they have a high standing or some title. I don't care who you are. And that is my case and point about the Watts case, is that I believe the DA could have easily gotten away with falsifying a case.
Cow says the second person to call was a retired HPD officer who was hired as a special assistant to the prosecuting attorney.
Gave the order, and Catherine Kealoha followed the order out and abused her power and her authority as the career criminal deputy chief to instruct a police officer to leave a defendant alone.
Cow says the arresting officer then reported it to his sergeant, Albert Lee.
This right here is the man that brought them all down,
who then reported it to federal investigators.
And I want to commend him because he refused to bend to them, and he refused to be demoralized, and he refused to abuse his power, and he stood up, one man who didn't just follow the orders, right?
Investigators. Lee made headlines when he was accused of DUI and fleeing the scene of a crash near Kaiser High School in November 2016. Cow says Lee testified later that day to the grand jury investigating Catherine Kealoha, and that Kealoha then tried to retaliate against Lee.
Albert Lee gets sanctioned for arresting Michael Miskey. And
so he was directly punished. He was directly punished for arresting her boyfriend, the crime boss.
He is suspended for a number of days.
Cow says Lee was sanctioned for working outside of his normal business hours. She adds that she doesn't know why Kealoha would help Miskey, but the retaliation.
And we know this is not a looker. And the shame, you guys. Shame on you guys. But we know that this is not a looker, and that this guy, this crime boss, was just banging her so that he could reap the benefits, right? So, just a little FYI.
Continued when Kealoha, who was then the head of the career criminal division, tried to prosecute Lee for the DUI case.
It was suspicious because the career criminal division never handles a DUI case. That is for the district court division to handle.
Federal investigators say Miskey is a man who operates as if he is above the law. Kyle provided the recording of the phone call to the officer who tried to arrest him.
Don't be going over that truck you guys made around. I can press charges just as much as you can, brother.
You can press charges all you want.
Listen, I'm going to go to the top of the food chain. Trust me.
His chick is the prosecuting attorney, cuz. Brother, you like press charges, cousin. I go press charges back, brother.
The attorney for Miskey says he is a legitimate businessman and he plans to prove that the charges against him.
Lots of, first of all, legitimate businessman. He has terrible reviews. His business would just scam and rip people off. And check out this house. Okay, you can own a pest control and you'll probably be middle class in the state of Hawaii. Look at this. Look at where he lives. This is a gated community. This is a mansion. I mean, geez, some people don't even live in houses as big as his garage. And look at his cars, his car collection. Check it out. You don't get that rich from having a pest control business, brother.
Some are false during the trial. Manolo Morales, KHON2 News,
Ferrari.
working for Hawaii.
Michael Miskey.
Oh, that's enough, Joe Moore. That's enough. Thank you. You did your job. But yeah, so I just wanted to say that I do believe that CW, right, was framed. And it just proves how these people can frame people, okay? Case in point, already made, case closed. And let's see, how many instances and how many signs do we have that the case of Christopher Watts is falsified, that he was framed, that nothing adds up? You know, like they invent stuff, they did shady stuff, they did corrupt stuff, and it's just proof that they can do that. And so please do not tell me that you don't believe in conspiracy or corruption at high levels, okay? So I'm so glad that this police officer did the right thing. And there we go. I just wanted to give you guys a part 2, a real quickie but goodie, right? Anyways, you guys take care. Stay prayed up. Stay away from all these evil, bad seeds. Until next time, ahui ho.